Wow, that's really close. Hi guys. Sorry this is like super close or whatever, but my tripod broke, so I have to hold on to it, hold on to my phone while I read. But anyway, this is another video about receiving a letter from my narcissistic mother. Got this a few days ago. It talks about Easter or whatever, but I don't know, I'm very confused because she sent it like way after Easter, like weeks after. So anyway, this is the letter that my mother just sent me. Do you realize I had nothing but crap in my life? 45 years, the only time I was happy is when you two were born. She means me and my brother. And also my daughter. I forgot what it's like to be happy. My life is over. I can't do anything. Oh, I can't do anything I'd like to do. My body is too far gone with pain. Dave, which is my brother, he leaves Friday for a New Jersey park. I'm sorry, her handwriting's crazy, if you can see. I go shopping on the bus. It hurts pushing my cart from the bus. We've had rotten weather. Something, it looks like ST, hurts a lot because I don't have, oh, I think it, her eye looks like an S. Okay, it hurts a lot because I don't have a daughter that's here for me. My daughter would be here for me if she could. Please tell her I love her and I miss her. And let her know that she has a grandma. You never should have done that to her. What the hell is wrong with you? You'd hurt her big time. She won't forget when she grows older. You'll get the same treatment. Look at all the work I've done for you. Cleaning, yard work, laundry, things I shouldn't have done. Then cleaning your apartment when you moved out. You didn't care if it hurt me or not. Yeah, that's when my mom helped me move. I'll tell you more about that after the letter. It's long. What were you thinking? You threw me out a few times, especially in North Carolina. I would have gotten killed, but you didn't care. You say I never done anything for you. Funny, I remember I had to beg, borrow, and steal for you if you didn't get your own way. Dave always got the shaft because it was always about you, Jen. I don't care about life anymore. I have no one and didn't care. You don't care when I was in intensive care for 10 days. Sometimes she says 10, sometimes she says 8 days. But I almost died. It still scares me. I'm afraid it'll happen again. Then when I had B cancer, which is breast cancer, if anything like that happened to you, I'd be there for you. No, she would milk it and make it about her. I want to volunteer at the Veterans Hospital in Albany if I can get rid of some of my pain. Let me know if Jocelyn has a camcorder. I would love to come down for your birthdays. Don't forget, I love you too. P.S. Let's Skype. And then, like, it seems like she ended that letter and then just decided, Hey, I didn't make her feel enough like crap. Let me write another letter. To my two favorites, Jen and Josh. She calls my daughter Josh. Josh. That's not her name. And it's nowhere near how to spell it either. She's been doing this since I was pregnant. Like, she wanted to call her Josh for some reason, and that's not her name. She even spelled it that way on my baby shower cake. Anyway, I bought Roku and a router, $30 each. Now I don't have Spectrum anymore. They are charging outrageous prices. Roku is free. You have to have the internet, and that's all I pay for. Thousands and thousands of movies and TV shows. A lot of people are getting it. Jocelyn has this week off. You should have come to visit. She didn't have that week off. She had like a month ago off. For the last few months, every night I don't get to sleep till 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning. Depression does it. Not having you and her in my life is very depressing. I have a lot of pain all over. Lots of pain from fibromyalgia. It's hard to walk far. Makes my legs hurt. All of my muscles. I want to get her a small camcorder for her birthday. Does she have one? What do you want? I have an insurance policy on Dave, and he's the sole beneficiary. I'm starting another one with you. Oh, with your name on it. I don't want that, trust me. I think she was using that as bait to try to get me to contact her. I have to use a walker now when I go out. When Dave was here over a year ago, he was working somewhere for his time off, and one day a box fell off a shelf and hit him in the back of the head. 3 days later, he had a bad seizure. Scared me bad. I still worry and get nervous about him. He takes meds. Then he was working at a park in Arkansas and had a seizure. Oh, he had a seizure in his apartment, and he was there all night alone, and a worker found him in the morning. I talked to him before that, and he was incoherent. They flew him to the next town to the hospital, $40,000 for the helicopter. His boss called me and told me what happened. His face and eyes were all black and blue, looked awful. He's suing, and he has a lawyer. Remember when we went to Chapel Pond with George, which is, George is a guy who is basically a father in my life, but I already had a dad, so I called him Uncle, and George is basically the most important person in my life before my daughter was born. Oh, and you went into the water and 2 ladies told you not to go out far. Well, every time I think about it, my stomach does a flip, and it scares me because it was over a 100-foot drop off. I think God those ladies were there. You probably could have gone further out. Please, let's be a family again. I miss you guys and love you very much. Love, Mom/Grandma. Please, please. Yeah, so the insurance thing, obviously that's a way for her to basically be all, hey, come back in my life, you'll get money when I die. I'm sorry, but there's no amount of money that you could give me to take your abuse. In fact, I have paid to have you out of my life. Oh, the part where she was cleaning my apartment. Okay. So this is back when I was still with my ex, and we were living near her. And my ex joined the military, rejoined, and he got stationed somewhere. So I had to follow, but what do you call it? When the military moves you, we kind of had like a scheduling issue. Since he was married, he could only stay in the barracks so long. But they couldn't get us a house or something until I was there, I guess. I don't really know how that goes. But the people moving our stuff didn't get there. So I had went down there, and my mother and my brother, they were at my apartment for when the movers came. I had already went to Texas. And my mother agreed to, clean my apartment and stuff for me. And I gave my brother a brand new $200 case. I don't know what you call it. A tower for a computer, because I was going to build my own gaming computer. But I told him, hey, I just spent $200 on it, but you can have it. I'll just get a laptop then, and that'll be payment for helping me out, because I've helped him out, but I've also helped them out without expecting anything in return. They're vultures. They expect things in return. So when I get all my stuff in Texas, a lot of stuff is freaking missing. Basically, almost all of my Christmas stuff just gone. All I think that was left was the artificial tree and a few ornaments from when I was younger, like a small box of ornaments. I didn't think of it. It was stupid, and it was 8 years ago. Yeah, it was a little over 8 years ago. So I didn't know about like narcissism and everything like that, and I guess I just trusted her, even though I shouldn't have, because in the past she's sold my stuff, had a yard sale with my stuff while I was at work. But she volunteered to help anyway, and I knew a lot of it had to do, well, now I know. I knew it was so that she could just rummage through my stuff and take whatever she wanted. And that's exactly what she did, because I was missing a whole bunch of stuff. And I wanted to get mad at the movers, but like at first I did blame the movers, like, because I heard a whole bunch of horror stories about, movers losing stuff. But mostly just kind of like the last letter, it's all about her, her pain, and she doesn't talk about anything about what she's done to me. All she talks about is like what she's done for me. Yeah, that's well and good. You have done stuff for me, but that doesn't mean that all the bad stuff you've done to me, it doesn't make it okay. And I've done things for her. I've actually done way more for her than she's ever done for me. So I don't know. In a way, I'm kind of speechless, but at the same time, I'm kind of like somewhat irritated, and I'm just kind of... You ever get to a point where someone just keeps saying the same stuff, but in different ways, and it just kind of gets boring after a while? You're just not interested in their yapping anymore. That's kind of how it is here. It's like kind of like, okay, here we go again. Here's another letter. So it affects me a little bit, but not that much. Just more, I guess, annoyed than anything now. Someone had said something about the other day. I don't know, since somebody said something in my group and it said it makes you callous, doesn't it? Like, kind of like you just don't care anymore. So, everything with my mom, I've just kind of written off. I just don't really care because, oh, this month is my 2-year anniversary of going no contact with her. So, I'm pretty excited to be celebrating that. So, woohoo, 2 years. Okay. In another part, she talks about, like, oh, how could you do this to your daughter? And, you know, my daughter is about to be 10 in, like, a month and a half. My mom talks about, like, oh, you hurt her by taking her grandma away. My daughter doesn't see it that way. My daughter knows that my mother stole money out of her piggy bank. And so my daughter is actually hurt. And she said this the other day. She said, because she had, with the letters, she sent, I think, Easter cards, sent some nail polish and lip gloss and stuff, and Beanie Babies for my daughter. And my daughter talked that she was hurt by her grandma because she stole from her. So these little trinkets that she's sending, it's just doesn't mean anything because she stole from her. So my daughter is definitely not hurt by her grandma being gone. She's heard about what her grandma did to her. I think that's about all I'm going to talk with it. So anyway, go ahead and comment down below if you have any questions about the letter, or if you want to talk about some letters that you've gotten from your narcissist. Okay, have a good one. Take care.